So now Bill had told me, and when he says 6 minutes, I mean, he's strict about the 6 minutes. But when he invited me to speak here today, he said, tell him a little bit about, really why you do what you do. And like so many of you that I've gotten a chance to know over this last year and a half, I, in my life, as Greg, as all of us up here, have been touched by cancer in one way or the other. My mother and mother-in-law both had a positive outcome. They had breast cancer. They're breast cancer survivors. However, as Greg very eloquently stated, their lives have never really been quite the same after having gone through that process, been beat up by the therapy, and very grateful for their cure, but at a cost. Similarly, my grandmother died from a brain tumor many years ago when my father was 11. And that really showed me, even early in life, that cancer is a thief. Why cancer bonds us is not because it takes our lives, because we all die. I mean, there's only one way we're all going. But it's about taking life early. And it's about stealing from us all of those memories that will never be formed. I never got to meet that grandmother. My father lost her at 11. She never got to see him graduate from high school or college, or meet his wife, or meet his children. All of those years of life stolen from her. My father himself struggled with cancer throughout his life twice. First, when I was growing up and he had Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I got to witness firsthand the difficulties that he faced. Then, 20 years later, he developed lung cancer in the very area that he had received radiation for his lymphoma. Now, that did not go as well. He had 4 years of having very difficult time with treatment and spread and chemotherapy, and had a very difficult go. And that, too, has stolen now 13 years that I've not had my father. And all of us that have gone through this, I still have my father on speed dial. And every once in a while, we'll want to just hit that button just to be able to tell him about something exciting or good that happened in my life. So cancer steals that from us. So why do I do what I do? Well, first is I view what I do. What is it that I view that I do? First, I care for the patients under my direct care. And that's about being a doctor. That's about being a scientist trying to come up with better treatments. But second, I'm a cancer center director. And a cancer center director is about trying to help a whole bunch of cancer patients, those under my care, but many others, by trying to bring together folks and teams. So how do those experiences really influence both of those things? Well, first, there are many amazing things about the opportunity I have in the role that I play. First, I get to work with some of the most amazing and inspirational people I have ever met. People like Greg Aoni and Jennifer and all of my colleagues are an inspiration for the energy, the spirit, the experiences they bring, the care that they bring to the people here in San Antonio and South Texas. Second, I get to meet amazing patients. There is an intimacy, an honor to be able to help someone and walk them during one of the most difficult periods of their lives in a way that is unique, to share that with their families, regardless of outcome. It is really a very, very special honor to be able to do that. Now, those experiences clearly inspire us in two ways. First, we need to find better ways to treat cancer. So one of the things I enjoy greatest about my job is trying to bring together teams of people who are inspired, who are creative, who are thinking outside of the box, and trying to figure out how do we better prevent, screen for cancer. The best way we treat cancer is you never get cancer to begin with. Second, if you're going to get a treatment, can we make that treatment better? Can we make it safer? Can we make the recovery less difficult? Can we help you overcome that cancer? And then how do we support you through that process? Even if that cancer ends up taking your life, can we do so in such a way that you have dignity, that you're comfortable, that you're at peace with you and your family? Indeed, the second part of what is inspirational to us is how do we transform how we actually care for cancer patients. Cancer care is evolving, and we want to be at the forefront of that. In terms of caring for the individual, what is it that people need, both medically, but them as people, as individuals, so that the care that they receive is one that they understand, one that they're comfortable with, one that their families can help them through. We help them with their distress, the spiritual angst, the difficulty of experiencing this process. And then we help them to recover. And indeed, that is frequently the most inspiring thing that we have the opportunity to do. How do you overcome that, both physically and emotionally? So we focus, we study, we care for cancer, not because we hate cancer. And it's not about death, it's about life. We do this so people can be at that graduation. They can be at that bar mitzvah. They can be with their loved ones and their spouse. And they can live the lives that God has granted them. So it is truly the honor of my professional life to be able to lead the wonderful Mays Cancer Center as we try to decrease the burden of cancer for the 4.5 million people of San Antonio and South Texas. Thank you.